after a week of rest, the Vulcans jump straight back into the fire of PSAC West play as they try to forge themselves a victory here from the Macomb Fieldhouse in game number 2 of Saturday afternoon's doubleheader between the Edinboro Fighting Scots and your California Vulcans. My name is John Sabe. Alongside me here is my good friend and, as per usual, the partner in crime, Hunter Garman. Hunter, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. We just had an exciting, entertaining, down-to-the-wire game of women's basketball. Unfortunately, California women fall short, losing by 1 point on a missed last-second shot and rebound, just kind of fumbled around, unable to be caught and put back up. So a heartbreaking loss, but a great game nonetheless.
And you can only hope that this second matchup between the men's teams for both sides can live up to that same hype, but one can only hope and one can only dream, and we can get into the starting lineups here for both sides. California sitting at 10-9 on the season, Edinboro at 9-9, both 5-6 in conference play. So from on paper, a game expected to be very close.
Yeah, and especially with the PSAC for men's being the way it is, this game is going to mean big for both these teams.
The Vulcans, after a loss on Saturday against UPJ, looking to bounce back. Edinboro with a loss of their own to Seton Hill. So both teams looking to bounce themselves back into the win column. But we do have the starting lineups here, starting with the Fighting Scots of Edinboro.
Yeah, at number 10, we have Kanker Irvin. At number 11, we have Steve Kelly. Number 12, Michael Dunn. Number 41, Evan Berger. And at number 13, Bryce Bays for the Fighting Scots. And for your California Vulcans, the typical for the situation that they've been put in this season. Number 13, Donald Whitehead Jr. Number 1, Cam Pollock. Number 12, Jordan Buchanan. Number 20, Dalman Alexander. And number 22, Caden Hanna. It was actually kind of funny. Before this game started, we looked at the starters on the board, and they actually had number 11, Keith Pallock's name up there for California. And we were all like, wait a minute, that's not right.
I think everybody would have been over the moon if Keith Pallock could have played in this one. Obviously played the first 6 games and haven't been able to see much of him since after picking up a season-ending injury. But this Vulcan team, like you said, put into a bit of an awkward spot with some injury luck this season, found themselves nationally ranked at the start of the season, has seen themselves slowly decline and fall out of it. But right around the turn of the year, we saw them start to pick it up a little bit. They started to kind of find out who they were, and with the returns of Whitehead and Hannah into the starting lineup, they've been able to solidify and find themselves a starting 5 that they think can run the test and potentially take on the gauntlet that is the PSAC.
Yeah, definitely finding their groove at the start, at the turn of the new year, especially, as you said, with Whitehead and Hannah coming back, and obviously Cam Pollock as well. Can't forget him being that rock-solid go-to man for basically being the anchor for this team as they've started to find their groove, figure out, how well they work together and the different dynamics that each person has to bring the team together to get into this stretch.
Yeah, they've won 4 out of their last 6 after losing 7 in a row. So, like you said, really being able to kind of get things back in the right in the right direction. But last week, they've had a week off. Their last game on Saturday at UPJ in a game much like this one, where 2 teams very tightly contested in the conference, and the Vulcans fell short 105-93 at UPJ. And like we talked about, this is a game that if you want to try to climb up the ladder in the PSAC West, you're going to have to win, especially as they take on IUP this coming Wednesday at the Convocation Center.
Yeah, with the PSAC West being so tight, one loss can put you down at least like 2-3 spots, and one win can skyrocket you that far. But as you said, this is almost a must-win game for California as IUP does come to town. I believe IUP, the men's basketball team, definitely doing well in their own right, especially for the women's. This was a tough loss as the IUP women's team is really, really good this year.
And for the Fighting Scots, a team of streaks so far this season in the middle stretch from November 23rd to December 17th, lost 5 in a row, but since then have won 5 out of their last 7, but 2 of their losses coming in the last 3 games to Gannon, 184 in their last game, 79-63 at Seton Hill. Not a tough play, or not an easy place to play, but the Vulcans and the Fighting Scots will make their way to the center circle. The Vulcans in the visiting Blacks going from right to left. The Fighting Scots and the home Grays going from left to right, and the Fighting Scots will win the opening tip, and we'll have the first possession of tonight's contest. Kelly on the near side wing. Gets it out to Dunn. Dunn handoff. Baez. Over to Kelly again. Guarded by Hannah. 7 on the shot clock here. Deep 3, no good, and a fight for the rebound ends up into the hands of the Fighting Scots, and a trailing hand from Alexander just pokes that one away from the Fighting Scots, but there is a foul on the floor. Schenker Everin.
It looks like Alexander was kind of losing track of the basketball a little bit as Buchanan tried to go for it, and it just a little bit out of his reach, and there was a foul call, and that foul will be against Alexander. That's his first already.
Schenker Everin at the line, 77.4% on the season, able to knock down the first and the first point of this afternoon's contest in favor of the Fighting Scots, and make it 2 as he makes the pair. Fighting Scots up 2-0 after the first possession. They're willing to play some high pressure here to maybe force the Vulcans into some mistakes. Buchanan on the near side wing, 3-ball, nothing but net from Jordan Buchanan from downtown.
Jordan Buchanan, a favorite here among our good buddy Nate Kurtz, who unfortunately couldn't make it here today, shooting about 30% from the 3 coming into today's contest.
Yeah, the freshman from Pensacola, Florida, gaining a bigger role as the season has gone on. To pass to the near side, poked out of bounds by Polak. And the Fighting Scots will maintain possession. 18:58 remaining. California up by 1, 3-2. Evan Berger to inbound. Kelly on the near side takes the screen up top, working his way into the lane. Kelly with the right hand, no good, and a foul on the floor as Everin got tangled up underneath with Alexander, and that'll be a foul against Everin. First foul of the game for the Fighting Scots, and Everin's first foul.
It's a little bit of loose ball going around. Both teams can't really seem to bring it in so far, but it's still really early in this game and a lot of basketball left to be played.
Polak off the screen. Give and go underneath, trying to find Alexander. That one stripped away by Everin. And the Fighting Scots in transition. Dunn on the near side nearly gets that one poked away by Buchanan, but the Fighting Scots able to maintain possession. Everin now in the post. The Vulcans send the double team his way. Nice pass out, finds Kelly open for 3. Off the front of the iron, no good. Offensive board, and the putback is good. Evan Berger, excuse me.
I mispronounced it too.
I was waiting for the official pronunciation from the PA announcer. Evan Berger with his first points of the afternoon.
That was a nice shot by Berger. Nice quick floater up, like this one from the Dawn. But unlike the one from the Dawn, Berger's fell.
Whitehead that time just trying to work his way inside, shooting about 45% from the field, and likes to get in and around that free throw line to knock down the shot, just unable to get that one on the mark that time. 17:48 left to play here in the first half. Everin, nice move inside. Off the underneath of the basket is Baez. That shot no good. The Vulcans now with a chance to retaliate. Polak in transition finds Buchanan at the top of the key. The three-pointer off the front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by the Fighting Scots. Kelly now takes the screen once again, working inside, pass out, finds Dunn. Everin now in the post. Another double team sent his way, and the Vulcans, the pressure nearly able to get home, but Everin able to spin away from it and fouled as Hannah nearly was able to get the jump on him, but great recovery by Everin. He's going to make his way back to the line to shoot another pair. The second foul already for Alexander, and something that Coach Sankum is going to have to think about. He's going to make a substitution here after this first free throw. I believe it will be Eli Brooks checking in for the Vulcans.
Yeah, Alexander, past few games that we've seen, has found himself in, like already at the start of the game with at least like 1 or 2 fouls that arguably shouldn't have been fouls. But again, I'm not the referee. Our resident referee recently graduated, so.
A little difficult on the inside as Everin makes the pair. Fighting Scots up 6-3, 17-16 remaining here in the first half of play. Whitehead across the timeline here for the Vulcans finds Brooks on the far side. Polak in the corner trying to create some space. Long two and knocks it down. Cam Polak. Last week was the PSAC Offensive Athlete of the Week after a phenomenal stretch of games between Slippery Rock and Clarion, respectively. He was really able to light the world of light, averaging 17.7 points on the season. Baez working inside up against Brooks. Off the glass and in. A nice finish that time from Bryce Baez.
Yeah, just a great move by Baez, just working inside the paint on Brooks, able to just get the shot up and over.
Whitehead with the red carpet to the lane and the finish. And the Don with his first basket of the game.
That's definitely a player that California is going to be looking to get going, is Donald Whitehead Jr. Definitely no stranger to getting points on the board and just trying to get him going here in this game.
The leading scorer for the Vulcans, 18.9 points per game this season for Whitehead. Has really taken that offensive leap. Some separation in the three-pointer by Kelly, no good. And the ball in limbo for a second, but corralled in by Brooks. Whitehead now with a chance to retaliate. Hesitation, pull up three from the Don, no good. And a fight for the rebound again. It's going. Waiting for the official call, come off. I have no idea that. I could not see the signal. Nonetheless, that'll take us to the immediate timeout where Edinboro has a 1-point lead, 8-7 over California. I couldn't really see which way the referees were signaling. And while we have a second, we can take a look at the Vulcan team leaders here in terms of stats. And you're going to see a lot of Donald Whitehead Jr., like we said, just really taking that leap. 18.9 points per game, 64 assists, 19 steals, and averaging almost 35 minutes a game. The other member in there, Dalman Alexander, grabbing 7.9 boards per game. And it's going to be missed here, as we're probably not going to see a whole lot of him until at least the end of the first half, as he's already picked up those 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, some people would probably say that at least one of those fouls, I mean, at least from up here, it looked not like a too much of a foul. But then again, as we said before, I'm not the referee. But to go back on the whistle call, I want to say they said it was Edinboro ball, but I can't be too positive on that one.
Well, we'll find out after the media timeout. 15:51 remaining in the first half. Edinboro 8, California 7. And it will be Vulcan basketball, I believe, after the media timeout. And it will. Cam Polak to inbound for the Vulcans. Polak able to get it into Whitehead. Vulcans a little bit less time, 20 on the shot clock, now down to 15. Polak at the top of the key finds Whitehead, trying to work inside, gets that one poked away, and will be California ball. I believe it was Steve Kelly who got a hand on it, knocked that one out. 10 seconds now on the shot clock here for the Vulcans. Whitehead to inbound. Able to get it into Polak on the near side corner. Polak working his way inside. Nice move off the glass and in. Cam Polak with another bucket.
That's another player that they're going to be looking to get going, especially if he can start to create his own space, as he's well known for doing, and get those 3 balls off, because if he has that space, he's taking that shot.
Everin inside, trying to find an option, and off the side of the backboard, California come down with the basketball. Whitehead in transition, hands off, finds Buchanan. Buchanan back over to Whitehead, a crowded space on that far side, moving 2 from the Don, no good. Rebound pulled in by Berger. 9-8 to score, just under 15 minutes in running left in the first half. Berger gets it over to Kelly. Kelly and Everin play handoff. Dunn on the near side, finds Baez. Baez looking to go to work, trying to back down. Hanna in the post, Baez into the lane, spin move, right-handed hook, up and in. The Fighting Scots reclaim the lead, 10-9.
Yeah, Bryce Baez, an absolute beast in the paint, as we've seen. Coming into the game, he's made about 50% of his shots from the field, so definitely Edinboro's going to be looking to get him going continuously in this game today.
Buchanan, nice finish in the lane, and another early basket from Jordan Buchanan. That's 5 points now for him, as he's able to finish that one off the glass with the left hand. Dunn. 12-on-12 action, deep 3 from Dunn. rims out, no good. An offensive board by Everin. Trying to back down Brooks, and he gets him to the floor, and just a bully ball underneath by Shanker Everin.
Yeah, Coach Dunn not happy with that. It looked to be a little bit of some rough contact, but not enough the refs deemed to call a penalty.
Nice pick and roll, and a wide open layup missed by Hannah, but Everin shooting 70% from the field on the season. Just really good in and around the basket. And we've seen him in positions like this already where he's at the top of the key, really conducting this Fighting Scott offense as Berger now fade away, 2, no good. Hannah grabs the board. Whitehead now in transition, looking to just turn up the pace a little bit, finds Brooks for 3, and Eli Brooks from downtown gets it to go. Only his 3rd made 3 on the season. Gives the Vulcans a 2-point lead, and the three-pointer in response goes off of the top of the backboard, off the shot clock and in, but it won't count.
Yeah, when it hits the top of the backboard like that, it is deemed out of bounds. But that three-pointer from Eli Brooks, as you said, only his 3rd make of the season, but man, was that a clean three-pointer.
Not somebody known for his shooting prowess, but he gets that one to go. The Vulcans make a substitution. Keandre DeShields, the local lad from Laurel Highlands, will check into the game. The freshman now with possession. DeShields now, nice spin move in the paint. Euro step off the glass and in. Tough bucket from Keandre.
That's one of the top things that the Vulcans saw during their recruitment.
Polak nearly able to jump that pass and take it himself, but got a hand on it, just got a little bit too far ahead of him and went out of bounds. It will be Fighting Scott basketball.
Yeah, going back to Keandre DeShields, what we saw there is exactly what Coach Sankum and the Vulcans saw in the recruitment of Keandre DeShields, and if he can continue like that, they're going to be in for a great game.
We'll be in for a good couple of years with DeShields now in a substitution. Number 7, Lajovic able to knock down the 3. Makes it a 1-point game, 16-15, 12-10 remaining here in the first half. Lajovic shooting 41% from behind the arc. A sharpshooter in every sense of the word. Handoff now, Whitehead in the lane from the elbow. Gets it to go, and the Don, with his 2nd basket of the game, gives the Vulcans a 3-point cushion.
The Vulcans doing a great job at just continuing to answer to the points put up by the Fighting Scots. Definitely want to try and at least get a few stops and get a bigger cushion than 3 points, but they'll take it.
Berger shot short, offensive board once again underneath, and great positioning, and the basket will count. Bryce Baez with the offensive board, and Bryce Baez will have a chance at a 3-point play, and that'll take us to immediate timeout. 18-17 the score. California with the lead.
The Vulcan women's basketball team looks to continue its run of excellence into the 2024 season. Put on your red and black and cheer on Coach Jess Strom and her team towards another run to the postseason. Pack the convo for 14 home games for games against regional foes and the best the PSAC has to offer. Don't miss any information on the season by following Cal Vulcans on all social media accounts, and if you can't make it to the games, catch all the action on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and also the PSAC Digital Network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Welcome back to the Macomb Fieldhouse, where the Vulcans have a 1-point lead over the Fighting Scots, 18-17. 11:34 remaining. And when we return, Bryce Baez at the line to try to convert a 3-point play. It's been a bit of a back and forth start to this game so far. Both teams not really getting the defensive stops that you normally see out of these two sides.
Yeah, not getting too much in the way of stops, and not even really getting too many points on the board. I mean, it is 18-17, potentially looking to be 18-18. But right now, both teams trying to just settle in and get things going here in a must-win situation for both teams.
Baez converts the three-point play. That's 7 points now for him early on in the contest. Game all square at 18. Polak on the near side, just some space. The three-pointer off the mark. They're going to say it's an offensive foul. It's a moving screen set by Eli Brooks. We'll get rid of that three-point attempt. Be the fourth foul of the half here for the Vulcans, first in the pocket of Eli Brooks. And somebody that the Vulcans can't really afford to get into foul trouble is they're already down Alexander with 2 fouls. Kelly takes the screen, looking for an option, pops, and able to knock it down. Steve Kelly, the second leading scorer on this team, he is able to get his first basket of the afternoon, gives the Fighting Scots a 2-point lead, and Whitehead now into the lane, stop. Able to find Polak. Now Polak on the drive to the basket and gets it stripped away from him. Nice defense that time by Berger. And the Fighting Scots now in transition into the lane, off the glass, and in is Dante Wilcott, who just checked into the game for the Fighting Scots during that media timeout.
Yeah, right now the Fighting Scots definitely taking it to California at this point. Vulcans trying to find something, some way to answer to this little run that Edinboro's putting together.
Polak, step back jumper off the mark. DeShields nearly grabbed the board, but that one's stolen away from him. Again, 3-on-2 the other way. Berger into the lane, off the glass, no good. DeShields comes down with the rebound this time, and he's going to take it himself. DeShields now Euro step in the lane, past the defender, off the glass, and in. Keandre DeShields with a beautiful bucket that time, cuts the lead down to 2.
Yeah, that take by Keandre DeShields definitely something that he wants to try and continue with, and man, does it look pretty.
Kelly in the lane, passes it out, finds Berger on the far side wing, back up top to Ladovic. 13 on the shot clock here for the Fighting Scots. Wilcott working against Buchanan. Nearly had Buchanan stumbling there for a second. Into the lane, spinning around off the glass, no good, and a foul called as Bryce Baez working inside again, and another foul against the Vulcans. Brooks is going to pick up his second. So a pair of Vulcan big men in some foul trouble in this first half.
Definitely something that they need to watch and try and clean up here as the game goes on. You can't really go down too fast, especially in a game like this. Baez
made the free throw on the three-point play, unable to make the first one here on the season, shooting about 81% at 2 substitutions for the Vulcans. Caden Hannon will check back in, and for the first time we'll see Duncan Moy. Second for Baez is up and no good. He misses the pair. And the Vulcans down by 2, 22-20, 9:40 in running here in this first half. Whitehead speeding up into the lane. The basket is called off as he made it with the contact, but they're going to say the foul will be on the floor. Coach Sankum not happy about the call. And that foul will go against number 0, Jonathan Anderson, who just checked into the game for the Fighting Scots. Edinboro's second, Anderson's first. And the Vulcans in possession of the basketball. Moy finds Polak coming off the screen. The 3-ball a little short, and the Fighting Scots will let that one tail out of play.
The Vulcans can't really seem to find much to fall in the way of shots, either from the field, layups, or threes, just trying to find something to get going here.
9:24 remaining in the first half. Edinboro up by 2. Anderson working into the lane, dump off, finds Everett underneath. Great swarm on the defensive side that time by the Vulcans. Moy and Hanna were able to knock that one out of bounds, even though Everett had some good positioning underneath the basket. Anderson to inbound. Everett up top. Hand off to Anderson. Anderson up against Hanna, loses the handle on it. DeShields now in possession. Whitehead up top to DeShields, who slams it down. Nice lob from Whitehead and an even better finish by DeShields, and we've seen him have a couple of them. That one might be the best of the bunch so far. Game all square at 22.
A nice highlight reel slam dunk by Keandre DeShields. Again, as we said, trying to get him going, and boy, is that a spark that the Vulcans may need.
Everett inside off the glass and in, and he's just a monster in the paint. Like I said, shooting over 70% on the season. All of his shots coming from inside the three-point line, and Whitehead got his pocket pick there, trying to work his way inside. The Fighting Scots now in transition. Berger loses the handle on it, and the fight for the loose ball on the floor ends up in the hands of the Vulcans, and Whitehead just trying to escape the danger. DeShields now across the timeline. DeShields into the lane. Can't get the finish to go. I think he was waiting for the whistle to be blown, but nothing called. And again, the game going end to end as it was Ladovich trying to work his way across into the paint and lost the handle of it and ends up going out of bounds off of Ladovich, and the Vulcans can take a chance to breathe as they will have possession of the basketball.
Interesting back-to-back play here is just, I don't even want to say sloppy, but it's just been a wild thing. Both teams being insanely physical here on both sides of the ball, just trying to get something going.
Hanna inside, looking for an option. Picked up his dribble, has to find Whitehead. Nice cut inside, and Whitehead finishes, plus the foul, and the Don is going to make his way to the line for a three-point play.
That's definitely something that the Vulcans needed to get going as we head to a media, and Don will go to the line after the timeout.
7:41 remains. The game all square 24, and we can take a look at the Edinboro Fighting Scots team leaders, and you're going to see a lot of Schenker Everin. 15.5 points, 13 rebounds per game on the season. Kelly with 83 assists in the season as well to go along with leading the team in 33.3 points per game. And Berger with 31 steals, so a very well-rounded team. So far in this one, Everin with 7 points on the afternoon. The junior from Adana, Turkey, 6'8", 235 pounds, and you can see it. He's just a big man down underneath the basket.
Yeah, in that situation there, it really shows how much California is missing the presence of Keith Pallick underneath the net there. He'd be just the right match for Everin, but fortunately they're missing him there down low.
Keith Pallick, Bryson Lucas, Antoine Arnett, pick any one of them out of the bunch, and the Vulcans would be trying to figure out my words here. Definitely missing those big bodies in and around the basket to play some strong defense. Whitehead makes his way back to the line after the made basket, 82% from the free throw line on the season. Now has a chance for a three-point play. Whitehead with 6 points on the afternoon. Can make it 7 and can give the Vulcans a 1-point lead.
I think one thing that everyone is glad to hear, especially concerning those players like Keith Pallick, Arnett, and Bryson Lucas, is they all did say they were planning to come back next year.
I think they were able to get potentially some of the medical redshirts in time, so the Vulcans looking to retool and regroup for next year, but we still have a full season left to play. Everin underneath the basket, getting swarmed again, able to work out of it. Good hands by Hanna to poke that one away, and Kate Hanna able to rip that basketball away, but pass it right back into Everin, and just back and forth ping-ponging the basketball, and somehow, some way, Ryan Ladovich is able to make the basket in off the glass.
You can tell after that scamper there, Coach Sankum not the happiest person on the court at the moment.
Polak pulls up from the free throw line and just can't get the shooter's roll to go. It's been a slow start this afternoon for Cam Polak, only 4 points so far in the contest. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Edinboro 26, California 25. Everin fakes the handoff, finds Wilcott now trying to go baseline, now posting up against Whitehead, picks up his dribble. 8 seconds on the shot clock. The deep three from Anderson off the mark, and another offensive rebound by Everin, and an easy finger roll touch at the basket.
It almost like he just let that roll off his finger and into the net. Again, that big presence underneath.
Whitehead, the pull-up three, no good. The Fighting Scots increasing the tempo. Transition three-pointer by Dunn, no good, and another fight for the rebound, and Everin is wide open underneath the basket. 11 points now for Everin. Some substitutions being made for both sides. Jordan Buchanan will check back into the game for California. For Edinboro, Steve Kelly and Bryce Baez will check back in.
Things not going the way for California right now. They need to try and find something to get going here to bring themselves back in this game.
The Shields on the near side. Buchanan finds Polak off the screen, and a foul called, and another offensive foul. This one will go against Caden Hanna. We're going to call him for another moving screen. Second one we've seen this afternoon. Sixth foul of the half for the Vulcans. First for Hanna. And the Fighting Scots inching ever closer to finding their way into the bonus.
Hanna just needs to try and get his feet set on those screens. Unable to do so twice now.
Kelly. Now Baez inside looking to go to work in the post. And again, the Fighting Scots is playing some bully ball down low. Baez now with 9 points this afternoon. Nice crossover by Polak, finds Whitehead cutting. Buchanan, Polak up top, pump fake, repositions. The three ball is good from Cam. And the Vulcans needed that as the Fighting Scots were on a bit of a run. Cuts the lead back down to 4.
If the Vulcans are going to try and get themselves back into this game, they need Cam Polak to start getting hot and get knocked down those threes.
Wilcott trying to find Everett underneath. Nice read that time by Hanna to jump the passing lane. Whitehead now in transition, full head of steam, got fouled. So he's trying to work his way into the basket. Foul will go against number 11, Steve Kelly, his first, the team's fourth. Donald Whitehead Jr. will make his way back to the line.
Donald Whitehead Jr. coming into this game shooting about 82% from the free throw line, so definitely getting to the line and knocking down the shots that are crucial to win games.
The first from Whitehead is up and in. Substitution for the Fighting Scots. Evan Berger will check back into the game for Edinboro. Dante Wilcott will make his way to the bench. Whitehead with 8 points already. Leading scorer here for the Vulcans. Second free throw is up and good from Whitehead. The lead back down to 2 for the Fighting Scots as we're now under 5 minutes in running. 32-30 the score. Baez. Now Everin. Handoff to Dunn. Picked up his dribble, pass off into the corner. Cross-court pass finds Berger. The three ball from Kelly. He's able to find the bottom of the barrel. Another three ball. 5 points for Kelly and a 5-point lead, 35-30. Hanna. Buchanan with some separation. The three ball in response, no good, and another rebound by Efren. Kelly now in transition into the lane, off the glass and in. A great finish from Steve Kelly. Back-to-back baskets from Kelly, 7 points now for him, and that's the lead, 37-30. Hanna finds Polak in the corner. Polak into the lane, blocked away by Efren. Just doing everything on the court here for the Fighting Scots. Transition three off the mark, no good, and DeShields is able to wrestle that rebound away. Up ahead to Buchanan. Buchanan going up and under, no good. Trying to draw the contact. Nothing falling the way for the Vulcans. Kelly now, the mid-range two, no good. Buchanan grabs the board. And the Vulcans now slowing things down. 3:30 remaining in the first half. California 30, Edinboro 37. Nice crossover from Whitehead. Finds DeShields at the top of the key for three, and DeShields able to get another basket. 9 points now for Keandre DeShields, cuts the lead down to 4.
Yeah, that's a nice three ball by Keandre DeShields. Haven't really gotten too much going, shooting about 34% from three, but able to knock that one down.
Everin at the top of the key. Finds Kelly on the near side. Baez working into the lane. Off the glass, no good, but was fouled. Bryce Baez, the strong take, and that'll take us to our last immediate timeout of the half. 2:54 remaining. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
Coach Danny Sancombe and the Vulcans men's basketball is ready to take the conference and the nation by storm this season. A non-conference schedule that starts on November 8th is followed by the PSAC West play in January. Pack the Convocation Center with 13 home games featuring non-conference foes such as Concord, Lincoln, and Wilmington, as well as conference opponents IUP, Gannon, Slippery Rock, Clarion, Edinboro, Seton Hill, and Pitt Johnstown. Follow Cal Vulcans for the all-up-to-date schedule. Catch all the games on YouTube with CUTV Sports 1 and also the PSAC Digital Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
.254 remaining from the Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro 37, California 33. Edinboro now firmly within the bonus for the remainder of the first half. Still John Sape, Hunter Garman with you. Hunter, it's been a pretty commanding first half from the Fighting Scots, especially from Shanker Everett. 11 points on the afternoon. Bryce Baez not too shabby either, 9 points, and has a chance to move into double digits at the line.
Yeah, Shanker Everett with his 11 points. I'm pretty sure he's been perfect from within the field. I don't think he's missed a single shot yet, but he's been absolutely having himself a great game, and California just unable to find an answer for the 6'8", 230-pound junior from Turkey.
Baez with 10 points now. He's able to knock down the first. As the gym goes quiet, Baez makes the second. And a 6-point lead now for the Fighting Scots, 39-33, 2:52 remaining. Whitehead just trying to spin away from Kelly. He's able to create some separation. The three ball from the Don is good. And Whitehead now with double digits, 12 points for Donald Whitehead Jr.
Donald Whitehead able to knock down those points if he gets the space. Definitely, again, looking to get going here. Right now, California, getting both Don and Cam going seems to be the only way they can get something going.
Kelly, nice move inside, able to slip away from Whitehead and is able to knock down that one. 9 points now for Steve Kelly. Whitehead finds Polak. Polak into the lane, off the glass, gets the spin. He's able to get that one to go. Both teams trading baskets here. The Vulcans need to find some sort of stop on the defensive side.
It's a great take by Polak, able to just slip through the defense and find some points.
Nice spin away from Kelly, but did it because he pushed over Whitehead. That's a charge taken by the Don. Kelly's going to pick up his second. Not an ideal time to pick it up right here at the end of the first half. So he's going to check out of the game. Jonathan Anderson will come back in. California has a chance to tie things up here with a three ball, 41-38, 1:54 remaining in the first half.
It hasn't been pretty on either side, really, but still a close game nonetheless within a singular basket.
Whitehead on the near side. So playing some give and go with Caden Hanna. Whitehead just trying to spin away. Thought about the step back, passed it off. Hanna. Polak now working inside over top of Evren. No good. Buchanan with the putback. Nice trailing play by Jordan Buchanan. 7 points now on the afternoon for him. 1 point game.
That was a great move by Buchanan. Just come flying in there while in the air, able to grab it and put it back for the 2 points.
Evren working inside. Brooks hit the deck, and a foul called underneath as I think all 5 bodies were in and around the paint trying to stop Evren. He's going to make his way back to the line. Caden Hanna is going to pick up his second foul.
Everyone will go to the line. It looked like there was a bit of contact that some people would say should have warranted a foul, but no whistle called.
He's able to knock down the first. 12 points for him. A substitution for either side. Brooks will come back into the game. Caden Hanna will make his way to the bench. Ryan Ladovich will come back in for the Fighting Scots. Nevin, perfect from the charity strike. Able to knock down the second, and they're going to take him out. Dante Wilcott will check back in. Maybe a chance for the Vulcans to capitalize on the lack of size on the court for the Fighting Scots. 1:10 remaining. Whitehead takes the double screen set up top. Moy is able to slip it. 3 ball from Duncan Moy, no good. Buchanan with another put back. on the scene. Jordan Buchanan finishes another one, 9 points for him in a 1-point game.
Again, Jordan Buchanan just come flying in there on the great hustle and the great trailing play. It's always something that you always are taught to just never give up on the play and try and get something out of it.
Baez inside, no good off the glass. That one blocked away by Moy as he was able to get a piece of it. But the Fighting Scots able to reclaim the basketball, and they're able to reset. About a 14-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here at the end of the first half. Under 30 seconds to play. Anderson into the lane, off the glass, and in. California looking to go quickly here. Shot clock now turned off, and Coach Sankum and the Vulcans are going to take a timeout with 13.6 seconds remaining. Edinboro 45, California 42. The rule is if you don't take the timeout, you lose it, so you might as well take it. California can go to the huddle, try to draw up one final play here at the end of the half. And while we have a second, we can take a look at the PSAC West standings, where these two teams neck and neck in the standings. Gannon remains undefeated in conference play up top, 11-0, 16-3 on the season, followed closely by Slippery Rock, who the Vulcans were able to get a victory off of a couple of weeks ago. And following just behind them, California, Edinboro, and IUP all sitting at 5-6, UPJ at 5-7. And then after that, Seton Hill and Clarion. So, like we mentioned, two very big games in the span a couple of days. This game here against Edinboro and the game Wednesday for the Vulcans against IUP at home. Both teams sitting at 5-6 in conference play, and both teams looking to climb their way back up the rankings.
Yeah, this PSAC West for men's basketball, as we said at the start of the game, is just so close that any loss can mean a number of things. It can mean you drop one, it can mean you drop 3 or 4, and any win can, bring you up the same amount. So definitely both teams here in a must-win situation. For California, it means even more with the game against IUP coming up.
Moy trying to find Polak, cutting back door. Can't quite pull it in. The ball is just flying all around. The Fighting Scots come up with it. The half-court heave at the buzzer. No good, and that is the end of the first half here from the Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinboro 45, California 42. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on the second half. Don't go anywhere. You're watching right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
Coach Danny Sancombe and the Vulcans men's basketball is ready to take the conference and the nation by storm this season. A non-conference schedule that starts on November 8th is followed by PSAC West play in January. Pack the Convocation Center with 13 home games featuring non-conference foes such as Concord, Lincoln, and Wilmington, as well as conference opponents IUP, Gannon, Slippery Rock, Clarion, Edinboro, Seton Hill, and Pitt Johnstown. Follow Cal Vulcans for the all-up-to-date schedule. Catch all the games on YouTube with CUTV Sports 1 and also the PSAC Digital Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Macomb Fieldhouse. And after one half of play, Edinboro is up 45-42. We have an entire second half to find a winner. Sean Sape and Hunter Garman still with you. And Hunter,
Did you say your name was John or Sean?
I said John. I think
Okay.
I did. I hope. I really
it
hope
sounded
I
like
did.
you said Sean from me, but then again, I only have one side of my headset is playing. So
I sure hope I said John. Either way, John Sape and Hunter Garman with you. And Hunter, Edinboro looking very good after one half of play, especially Shanker Everin, the junior from Turkey, the transfer from Gannon University, putting on one heck of a performance here in the Macomb Fieldhouse.
I mean, just Shaker alone showing why Gannon basketball was insane the past few years. I mean, he's gone perfect. I mean, 4 of 4 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Still has not attempted a three as he has done the entire season so far. But I mean, he doesn't need to when you're putting up numbers like that.
Yeah, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block in the first half has really done it all for the Fighting Scots. The Vulcans, on the other hand, a little bit more spread out. Donald Whitehead Jr. leads the way, 12 points, 3 assists for him. Jordan Buchanan, Cam Polak, and Keandre DeShields all on 9 points. And not a huge discrepancy. Field goals the same for either side. The Vulcans even making 3 more threes, but it's really been at the free throw line. California 3 for 3 from the line. Edinboro 9 for 11, so they've really been able to find their way into the paint and find their way to the charity stripe, where they've been able to claim this 3-point lead after one half of play.
Yeah, really as you said, the only difference being the free throws and the few more three-pointers that California's made compared to Edinboro. But we do have another half of play. Still a 3-point game, so still anything can happen within the next 20 minutes. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments California has made in the locker room.
Both teams switch sides, and California will get the ball to start the second half. Dalman Alexander back on the court for the Vulcans after getting 2 fouls in the first couple of minutes in that first half. Whitehead inside, give and go. Alexander slams it home. And we didn't see that at all in the first half, and we finally get some Dalman on the board.
Nearly seeing the net come down as well, but yeah, what a jam by Dalman. Definitely looking to get him going here in this game.
Kelly, who had himself a good first half. Berger, the three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Able to grab his own rebound. Didn't give up on it. Finds Baez trying to find Everin inside, working against Alexander. And, I mean, there's just nothing the Vulcans can do to stop him at that point. Able to turn the corner, and Everin able to get the bucket to go. Whitehead now in the lane with the right hand. That one a little short. Everin able to grab the rebound.
Yeah, the Vulcans seem to just still have no answer for Everin as he just continues to be an absolute menace on the floor.
Kelly working inside, just trying to be a little surgical, is done. Now spinning away, pass off, finds Baez on the far side looking to drive into the paint, lowers the shoulder and draws the foul. And Caden Hanna will be the guilty party. Blocking foul called. Hanna picks up his third. And Bryce Baez is going to make his way back to the line.
Everybody on the Cal side looking for the charge there. Apparently they're saying that Hanna didn't get everything set right that you need for a charge, but ended up taking the blocking penalty instead and picking up his third personal foul of the day. So definitely having to watch himself this game.
Baez 3 for 5 from the free throw line, make it 4 for 6. So he is able to knock down the first. 12 points on the afternoon for him. Averages a little over 8 points a game on the season. Second free throw attempt is up and good. As Baez makes the pair. The lead extended to 5 here for the Fighting Scots. 18:40 remaining here in the second half. California looking to dig themselves out of the hole. Alexander, Polak, inside from the free throw line. Too strong. Pulled in that time by Berger.
It's just an unfortunate miss from Polak. Usually is able to sink those with relative ease, but unfortunately that one just couldn't fall.
Done inside, just looking for an angle to get it to Everin. Back out to Kelly. Berger on the far side corner, back up top. Kelly, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kelly spinning away, gets that one stolen away. Buchanan now in the lane, off the glass and in. Coast to coast is Jordan Buchanan, who has himself double digits now.
Yeah, he was looking to slam that, but good high upscale defense there by Dunn, able to just prevent that and just force Buchanan to get the easy layup, but he'll take it nonetheless.
A deep three from Berger, no good. Hanna fakes the handoff inside, spinning away, back up top. Buchanan driving towards his left, off the glass with the right, no good. An offensive board nearly brought in by Hanna, and Polak and Berger were fighting for it on the floor. Transition bucket is up, no good. Another offensive rebound and another foul underneath, and it's Baez again really going to work inside. And Bryce Baez is going to make his way back to the line. Whitehead will pick up his first. The team picks up their second early on here in this second half. Baez now 5 for 7 from the line. Make it 6 for 8. 4-point lead restored here for the Fighting Scots. Baez up to 14 points on the afternoon. Second free throw from attempt from Baez is up, no good. Hanna grabs the rebound for the Vulcans. Game remains 4-point lead for Edinboro, 50-46, 17-20 remaining here in the second half. Hanna fakes the handoff, gets it to Polak. Just trying to create some space back out to the three-point line. Step back three ball from Cam, off the mark, no good. Everin able to grab the rebound for Edinboro. Rebound number 7. Or 8, excuse me, on the afternoon for Evron. Baez now. He's up top, finds Dunn. Trying to work his way into the paint, spinning away, looking for an option. Up against Alexander, fading away. That one way off the mark. Buchanan able to grab the miss, and the Vulcans quickly now in transition. Polak, nice crossover up against Berger, into the lane, off the glass. Nice finish from Cam Polak. A little trickery from the West Homestead man there.
It's a great take by Cam Polak, able to just finish on the reverse and get the points, bringing it within a 2-point game for California.
Kelly looking to go to work against Whitehead, spinning into the lane, just trying to find an angle. Kelly off the glass and somehow is able to get that one to go. I mean, that was some good defense that time from Whitehead, but good offense will be good defense every single time. 11 points now for Steve Kelly.
Yeah, you can't just argue. That was great defense by Donald Whitehead, but just lucky set of bounces and rolls from Kelly, able to get that layup.
Polak able to create some space again. That's back-to-back buckets. Say that 3 times fast as Polak grabs himself another 13 points now for Cam.
Yeah, Cam Polak seems like he's starting to heat up just a little bit, trying to get something going.
Everin working inside, nearly gets stripped away off the glass and in. There's just nothing the Vulcans can do. Still perfect from the field, 6 for 6. Whitehead in transition, 3-ball, way off the mark, no good. And a collision, trying to grab the rebound. It's a couple of odd man out here. The Fighting Scots slow things down. Everin now in possession. Dunn. Or Kelly, excuse me, working inside. Kelly off the glass, gets the roll to go. Steve Kelly with another beautiful finish, 13 points now for him.
Things are just going the way of the Fighting Scots. Shots are just rolling the right way, bouncing the right way. For California, it's the opposite.
Whitehead working baseline, runs into a wall, trying to find an option, finds Alexander. Over to Hanna, 12 on the shot clock. Hanna into the lane, has the red carpet, gets it to go, and the foul. And Caden Hanna with his first points of the afternoon has a chance at a 3-point play.
Getting this 3-point play would be huge, as it would bring it in within in 3, excuse me, and it'll be the next media.
And that'll take us to our next media timeout. And while we have a second, we can show you another segment of Meet the Crew. Today's star, James Salvatore, the Vulcan baseball superstar, on camera 2 this afternoon. Get to know a little bit more about Jimmy Salvatore's favorite food, steak with sauteed green beans. Always a phenomenal choice. His favorite movie, The Gentleman, I agree, it's just such a great movie. Favorite sports team is the Pittsburgh Pirates, and his favorite musician are the Lumineers.
A lot to unpack there with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And
but
so now you get to know a little bit more about James Salvatore, and if you're not watching on YouTube, make sure to scan that QR code on your screen. subscribe to the CUTV YouTube channel where you can see James Salvatore's show, What's Up Vulcans. You can see, obviously, all of the games here on that we cover here on YouTube.
And come March, you'll be able to see James play baseball.
You can see James play baseball. You can see all of the coaches' shows that we cover, any other TV shows, podcasts, you name it, we do it right here on CUTV. So scan that QR code. Check us out on CUTV on YouTube if you're not already watching there.
Yeah, don't be fooled on the screen. It says Jimmy Salvatore, but his name actually is James Salvatore, but we call him Jimmy for the funsies here because we have multiple James at CUTV.
And after the media timeout, Caden Hanna finds his way to the free throw line. On the season, shooting 77.5% from the charity stripe. Has a chance to close it to within 3, and he does so as he knocks down the free throw. He's going to make his way to the bench. Keandre DeShields, who had himself a good first half, will make his way back into the game. 14:40 remaining here in the second half. California 55, Edinboro 56. Everin at the top of the key. Finds Kelly. Kelly now into the paint. Stop. Gets a man to jump. Attempt no good. Everin offensive rebound. Second chance no good. His first miss of the afternoon, but Baez is there to clean it up.
If the Vulcans could have gotten away without the points there, that would have been huge. As you said, Everin gets his first miss of the game.
58-53 the score. Buchanan with the long two, no good. Cam Polak following up at him, grabs the offensive board for the Vulcans. Buchanan resets. The 3 ball from Jordan is good. 14 points for him, leading all of California scorers. Cuts the lead back down to 2 for Edinboro.
Definitely able to pick up and redeem himself there as he gets that 3 ball to go after the missed long two.
Everon. Berger now trying to create some space off the screen. Into the lane. Gets that one poked away from Polak, and it's going to come off of Berger's leg and out of bounds. Good defense that time by Cam Polak and the Vulcans. 2 substitutions in for Edinboro. Dante Wilcott and Ryan Ladovich. We'll check back in here for Edinboro. Baez and Dunn will make their way to the bench. California with a chance to tie it or take the lead here, 58-56 if they're able to knock down a basket. Alexander trying to slip the screen, and a couple of players end up on the floor, and it will be Edinboro basketball. Ladovich now in transition, stops, finds Berger up top. Kelly now looking to slow things up. Wilcott now. Berger and Wilcott giving it back and forth. Everin trying to call for it in the post. Ladovich able to get past Polak into the lane, gets it to go, and the foul, and Ryan Ladovich is going to make his way to the line for a 3-point play.
It's just great effort and hustle by Ladovich, able to just drive the net, take the contact, get the shot, and unfortunately for California, it falls. And Ladovich will go to the line to make this a 3-point play and try to extend the lead to 5.
Shooting 70% on the season from the charity stripe. Ladovich with a chance for the 3-point play is able to convert. A 5-point game, 61-56, 12:53 remaining here in the second half. Ladovich now with 8 points on the afternoon. Alexander finds Polak off the screen, able to stop, move his way into the lane, throws it up, no good. And a fight for the rebound. Buchanan is able to grab it. The 3 ball from Buchanan, no good. Polak with another offensive rebound, up off the glass and in. A wonderful high effort play that time by Cam Polak results in a bucket for the Vulcans.
Yeah, that right there, true definition of never backing down and never giving up. Cam Polak, just insane hustle on the play and able to just get some points on the board.
Everin gets it to Ladovich, guarded by DeShields. 10 on the shot clock. Ladovich spinning away, working his way up against DeShields, just fading away. That shot no good, and another offensive rebound by Efren. And the Fighting Scots can reset. Ladovich finds Kelly on the near side. Gets a switch on to Alexander. Takes the 3 ball, no good, and another offensive rebound by Efren. He finds Kelly. Kelly hesitates, takes the 3 ball. That one short, and another offensive rebound by the Fighting Scots. Now they're going to reset Kelly. in possession. Finds Wilcott on the far side. Everin up top. Keeps it himself. Polak hits the deck. Nothing called. Berger pump fake. Pass off Kelly. Another 3-ball. Finally they connect, and it's going to happen if you give up 3 or 4 offensive rebounds in a row. The Fighting Scots finally make their shots, and 16 points now for Steve Kelly. 6-point game. Alexander DeShields on the near side. Picks up his dribble, finds Whitehead in the corner. Whitehead gets that one nearly stolen away, but the Vulcans and the Fighting Scots are fighting for it. Jump ball called, possession arrow, I believe will be favoring Edinboro, and that'll take us to an immediate timeout. We're going to take a quick break, 10:57 remaining. Edinboro 64, California 58. We'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
Coach Danny Sancombe and the Vulcans men's basketball is ready to take the conference and the nation by storm this season. A non-conference schedule that starts on November 8th is followed by PSAC West play in January. Pack the Convocation Center with 13 home games featuring non-conference foes such as Concord, Lincoln, and Wilmington, as well as conference opponents IUP, Gannon, Slippery Rock, Clarion, Edinboro, Seton Hill, and Pitt Johnstown. Follow Cal Vulcans for the all-up-to-date schedule. Catch all the games on YouTube with CUTV Sports 1 and also the PSAC Digital Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Macomb Fieldhouse. 10:57 remaining here in the second half. Edinboro 64, California 58 after the media timeout. It's been, again, some back and forth struggles. Edinboro continuing to play this physical style of basketball, and the Vulcans have not been able to keep up. Right before the media timeout was a jump ball. The possession arrow favoring Edinboro, so they will have possession. Kelly, who's had himself a great afternoon, 16 points for him, tied with Everin as the leading scorer. Wilcott going baseline, able to blow by Buchanan. An easy basket for Dante Wilcott. Edinboro looking to build the lead to double digits here. Whitehead into the lane from the free throw line. Off the mark, no good on the moving 2. Wilcott with the rebound, and now quickly the other way. Wilcott into the lane, blocked away by Alexander. Met him up there up top. Whitehead, cross half court, finds Alexander, spinning away, finds DeShields in the corner. DeShields trying to spin away, drawing some contact underneath. Ryan Ladovich will be called for the foul. I know DeShields was gearing up for a lob attempt, maybe from half court from Whitehead. But Ladovich will pick up his first, the team's second of the half. Alexander back to Whitehead off the inbound. Whitehead dumps down low. Double team sent Alexander's way. The Vulcans able to maintain possession of the ball. DeShields at the top of the key. The 3-ball, nothing but net. 5-point game. DeShields with 14.
Keandre DeShields continuing to put on a show. He's still, that's his second 3-point shot made, and he's only made 2, or he's only taken 2. So he's perfect from beyond the arc. 6 points is 6 points, though.
Steve Kelly over to Radovich. Deep 3 in response. No good. And DeShields able to rip away that rebound from Baez. Again, no Everett on the court, so the Vulcans can try to make use of that lack of size. DeShields in the lane, able to split the defense. Off the glass, no good. Can't get the roll. Radovich grabs the rebound quickly up ahead to Berger. One dribble off the glass and in. Evan Berger now with 4 points. Whitehead, another moving to that one short. Radovich able to grab another rebound. As the Fighting Scots slow things down here, 9 minutes in running. Kelly past the timeline. Berger up top to Radovich. Kelly now. Berger open the corner, pump fake. Repositions Radovich, another deep three. That time it connects, and Ryan Ladovich with double digits, 11 points now for him, and a 10-point Edinboro lead with 8:37 remaining. Alexander finds Moy on the cut, and Moy with the finish. Great ball movement by the Vulcans. Not going away quite yet. 71-63, 8:24 remaining. Wilcott. Kelly now. He's able to work his way inside, pass out, finds Berger, 8 seconds on the shot clock, into the post. Baez looking for an angle, pass out, 2 on the shot clock. Kelly has to get it off, and he does. That one won't find the rim, and that's a shot clock violation. A good defensive possession that time from California. That'll take us to immediate timeout. Well, we have a second. We can take a look at the screen. You want to check out the Danny Sankum Show right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, Armstrong Cablecast. Wherever you're watching, make sure to check out the Danny Sankum Show.
The next episode's going to be a rather interesting one, given how this game is turning out.
And again, just kind of a tale of two different people in the show. He's a very, very quiet, very mild-mannered guy, but on the court,
you would think otherwise.
A raging bull. And he was giving the referees an earful as they were heading towards that media timeout. With 7:59 remaining, California down by 8. Hunter, what do you think is in the cards for California? What do you think they need to do to try to have a say at the end of this game here?
Well, I would say that they need to find an answer for this explosive Edinboro offense, but it's seeming like this entire game they've gone almost like 12 minutes without having found a single answer, and especially for Schenker Irvin, I mean, they have not really found any answer to him as he goes back out onto the court, I believe, now. Actually, no, he will stay on the sideline, but still, regardless, this explosive Edinboro offense has just been proving to be a rather handful, and in the absence of, some of the, obviously, the key players that we've talked about, like some of the starters, it's been tough for this team, but overall, just trying to calm it down. You're only down by 8 and with 8 minutes left, so still plenty of time left on the clock. You just have to get some key defensive stops.
Moy after the media timeout. The Vulcans. Wilcott on the floor. A 3-ball from Buchanan is good, and great play drawn up in the huddle. Cut back down to 5. Another 3-ball from Buchanan. 14 points for him. He's had himself a great afternoon. Radovich working his way inside, runs into Hanna, brings it back out. Wilcott, crossover into the lane, loses possession of the ball, but Kate Hanna, I believe, caught a piece of him. And that's going to be his 4th foul. The 4th foul of the half for the team. Hanna has to play it safe here. Let's see if the Fighting Scots will look to exploit this. Wilcott inside, pass out, finds Kelly, the 3-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Another offensive rebound from Baez underneath, and somebody went jumping over top of him. Buchanan picked up off the floor. Alexander will pick up the foul, and that's his 3rd. So the Vulcan front court well within foul trouble. 5th foul of the half for Edinboro, or for California has on Edinboro. So the Fighting Scots getting closer to the bonus as Everin will check back in. Wilcott to the bench.
Yeah, for California, this is not really where you want to be too much. You just want to try and get those rebounds and get back on offense, because that's been where you've been a lot better.
The Berger 3, no good. Buchanan in transition finds Moy underneath, and that'll be a goaltending call as that one was on the way down already. So great transition play that time from the Vulcans. Duncan Moy picks himself up another basket. And the game's still within reach, a 3-point game now, 71-68.
Like the women's game, this is looking like it's going to come down to the final seconds.
And we said that it was going to be really hard to live up to the hype of that one, and this one shaping its way towards becoming exactly that. Kelly now in the lane. Nice crossover to get away from Hannah, but Hannah, recovering on defense, is able to force the turnover. Got a hand on it. The referee's going to say it came off of Kelly and went out of bounds. It will be Vulcan basketball. Another great defensive stop.
Yeah, their coach not exactly the happiest with the call of the referee. Referee not really paying too much of mind. He knows what he saw, and he saw better than we did.
Whitehead. Quiet second half from him. Get some separation. That shot, again, no good from Whitehead. Radovich with the rebound. Radovich screaming for it in the corner near the Edinboro bench. Nobody is able to pick their head up and give it to him. Now with possession up against Moy. Everin looking for position and leverage in the post. Is able to get it pass out back to Berger. Kelly working inside. Buchanan strips that one away, and a foul called as the ball was in limbo for a second. Kelly is going to pick up a foul. His third. The team's third of the half. Whitehead across the timeline. About to run under the 6-minute mark remaining here in the second half. California down by 3. We're exactly where we started. Whitehead on the drive inside and an easy basket. Great find from Hannah. And that's going to be a timeout taken from Edinboro as the Vulcans are on a bit of a run here in the last couple of minutes. And they've closed it down to a 1-point game, 71-70 with 5:55 remaining. While we have a second again, we can take another look at the PSAC West standings. Gannon sitting alone up top, 11-0 in play, followed by Slippery Rock, California, Edinboro, and IUP all sitting at that 5-6 mark, and that's going to be the big one. If the Vulcans are able to get a win here, they'll leapfrog Edinboro to set at 6-6 in the standings before they take on IUP on Wednesday, which is another ferocious matchup in this tightly contested PSAC West as the team's looking to climb the ladder towards the postseason and make a run here towards the middle and the back end of the spring semester.
Yeah, this is where this time of the season, the spring semester conference plays, where a lot of this stuff will be won and lost here in, I guess you could say, the trenches of the season. And as you said before the break, California on currently a 9-0 run right now, looking to try and continue that in for the final 5 minutes of this game. So far, they've been playing in this 9-0 run. They're playing much better than what they have, some would say, most of the game. And if they just keep this up and continue and try and attack some of the players on Edinboro that have a couple fouls, they could be looking at something interesting here as the final minutes tick down.
For Edinboro on the court, Kelly's on 3, Everett on 2. But the front court duo, like I said, for California, in some foul trouble. 4 fouls for Hannah, 3 for Alexander. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Fighting Scots after that timeout trying to draw something up to go at him here. Maybe potentially get Caden Hannah out of the game if he picks up his 5th foul. Kelly inside and a foul on the floor. We're going to say it's a charge or a blocking foul against Whitehead. As Kelly on the drive inside, Whitehead maybe didn't get his feet set in time. His second, the team's 6th. Edinboro 1 foul away from entering the bonus. Baez gets it to Kelly, dumps it down low. Double team sent Everin's way. Beautiful pass and a wide open 3 from Berger. And that's some shoot around stuff, wide open, and he's going to knock it down. And Edinboro back up by 4, breaking the California run.
Well, it's one of those things that you definitely have to watch out for, especially if you send a double team someone's way. There's going to be someone open, and with some of these players, you don't want them to be.
Great backdoor cut that time by Whitehead. He's able to finish off the glass, and there was nearly a turnover there, almost some sloppy play that time, but between Kelly and Radovich. Radovich just able to save it in front of the Vulcan bench. And a foul called on the floor. Waiting to see who it will be on. It's going to go against Alexander, so he's now on 4 fouls. And the team and the Fighting Scots now in the bonus, so Everin at the line had a chance at 1-1.
Not sure exactly what the foul was about. Didn't really see too much that warranted a whistle, but again, we're not down there on the floor.
Everin remains perfect from the free throw line, 7 for 7 from the line. even more importantly, the Fighting Scots now in the bonus for the remainder of the half. First pair of the 1-and-1 and made. The second one from Everin is good. Cam Polak is going to check back into the game. We haven't seen him in a bit. He's going to come back in this one. Duncan Moy is going to make his way to the bench. To the front court for the Vulcans, both sitting on 4 fouls. And I know the Fighting Scots are going to try to take advantage of that. Polak in the lane, gets it stripped away from him. Edinboro now 3-on-2 the other way. Kelly hits the floor and holding his back. Kelly hit it hard. Whitehead's going to pick up another foul. Kelly's slow to get up, helped up by his teammates, and hopefully he's all right. It's going to be Whitehead's third, the team's 8th. Kelly at the line for a pair. Kelly on the season, 69% from the line. Was able to knock down the first, and it looks like he's all right. And Edinboro don't seem to be in any rush to substitute him off. So after that hard fall, he's able to get up and knock down the pair. Restores the 6-point lead here for the Fighting Scots, 78-72, 4:38 remaining.
You got to admire the grit and determination from Kelly.
Polak off the screen, the 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by Everin.
And that puts Everin up to a double-double for tonight.
Baez on the near side finds Kelly. Pump fake, creates some separation. Baez, the open 3, off the mark, no good. A nice strong rebound taken. And a player down for the Vulcans. Alexander hit the floor, and there's going to be a foul called against Edinboro. And Alexander's slow to get up for California.
Didn't exactly see what happened. Looks like there was a little bit of contact. Maybe it looks like he was poked in the face.
A loose ball foul. And you saw Alexander signaling towards his face, like you said, maybe took one to the head. And the foul's going to go against Evron, his third, and the team's 4th of the half. Now it's going to review to determine how intense I believe the infringement will be. They're looking to see whether or not the foul should be upgraded to a flagrant foul. And with the camera equipment out there, it's going to be hard to determine what, but like I said, Alexander very slow to get up, but was able to make his way to the bench, and looks like he's willing to stay out on the court, so hopefully everything's all right with him, because the Vulcans running on some fumes here. They're running on the tank's on E, and they don't have a lot of game changers like Alexander in the reserves. So they're going to need him to try to tough it out here. But it looks like everything's okay. And like I said, again, the referees at the scores table reviewing the tape, looking to see whether or not it will be upgraded to a flagrant foul or not. And now the referees have joined together, coagulating in the middle of the court, looking to discuss things over once again on whether or not to upgrade that foul on Everin to a flagrant.
From up here, I didn't really see too much, but then again, we're up in what some people would say the nosebleeds of the Macomb Fieldhouse here in Edinboro, but I didn't really catch. I just saw a couple bodies, and then Alexander hit the floor, and things were going there, so not sure. Ref's telling him to stay on the bench.
And again, it's always an interesting situation to look at, especially with somebody so big like Alexander, 6'7", 6'8", over 200 pounds. When someone hits the floor like that, it's going to cause some commotion.
After review, the foul is determined to be a common foul.
And after the review, it will not be upgraded to a flagrant foul. So Everin on 3 fouls. Will not be a flagrant foul as per the referee decision. And the Vulcans with possession. They're able to get back underway once again. So now we're under 4 minutes remaining in the second half. California down by 6. Need to find an answer offensively. Whitehead slipping around the screen. Finds Buchanan, pump fake. Now driving inside. Fouled. Another Vulcan down. That one will go against Ryan Ladovich. His second and the team's 5th of the half. And that will take us to the media timeout with 3:51 remaining. California 72, Edinboro 78. And while we have a second, once again, we cannot reiterate the importance enough. Wednesday's matchup, January 29th at the Convocation Center. California takes on the IUP Crimson Hawks in both men's and women's basketball, 5:30 and 7:30 approximately for both of those games. If you can't make it to the Convocation Center, we got you right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and Armstrong Cablecast. If you, like I said, if you can't attend the game, make sure to tune in because you're in for another great one between two kind of historic rivals.
Yeah,
California and IUP.
I could see that game potentially getting a little bit chippy if it's a close game like this. I could see it potentially, especially as we can't stress enough, this PSAC West being so close between teams. One win can make so much of a difference. So I wouldn't expect it to be anything less than a rather interesting game, to say the least.
Yeah, and you have some great personalities, especially in the men's matchup in the coaching staff. You got Coach Sankum, obviously, for the Vulcans, Coach Lombardi for the Crimson Hawks, and both of those guys not shy to...
No strangers to each other, we'll say that.
No strangers to each other, and both of them not ones to shy away from the moment and not one to shy away from getting in the referee's face and letting them have it. And you'll see all that and more at the Convocation Center on Wednesday. Like I said, if you can't make it, make sure to tune in to CUTV 5:30, 7:30 from the Convocation Center, California against IUP. 3:51 remaining here at the Macomb Fieldhouse. California back underway. Whitehead into the lane. Can't get the layup to go, and it's been a quiet second half from the Don. Just hasn't been able to knock down the shots. And Edinboro with the rebound, and the Fighting Scots looking to take some time off the clock here and extend this lead. 78-72, 3:30 remaining. Kelly, after taking that hard fall, seems to be all right. Working his way into the paint, gets the switch on to Alexander. Cross-court pass finds Baez, and the pass tipped underneath and a loose ball, and the Vulcans are fighting for it with themselves and falls to Radovich, who gets it at the buzzer to go.
What a high-arcing three ball, but a three ball nonetheless. 3 points are 3 points, and Radovich will gladly take that.
And Kelly nearly steals it away. Alexander able to collect. Buchanan finds Whitehead, top of the key, three-pointer in response. No good, can't get the shooter's roll. Radovich with another rebound here for Edinboro. 14 points for him. 2:45 remaining. Edinboro up by 9. The Vulcans want to say at the end of this game they need to get a stop here. And Edinboro in no rush to get a shot off. Double team sent Kelly's way, trying to split it, and the loose ball ends up in the hands of Kelly, now in the hands of Alexander, and a jump ball called at the whistle. Possession arrow favoring California. So either way, it will be Vulcan basketball. And once again, great hustle by both sides fighting for the loose ball. We have a stoppage as, again, there are 4 or 5 bodies piled up on the floor. So they have the crew out there to clean off the floor, get the sweat up, so nobody's slipping around. California down by 9, 2:24 remaining. You have to think this is a possession. They need a basket here. Whitehead finds Polak off the screen from the top of the key. The three ball is good from Polak, and Coach Sankum and the Vulcans will take a timeout with 2:13 remaining. 81-75 the score, and the Vulcans needed it.
They needed it, and one of the more clutch players on this Vulcan team, Cam Polak, delivered. What a shot by Cam Polak. Just hasn't been super on point this game so far. Only his second three-pointer of the game is now 2 for 5 from beyond the arc. And if California's going to come back from this, they need to get him open, and he needs to knock him down.
Yeah, great time to make the three-pointer here. 2:13 remaining, 81-75. Now it's time to see, again, it's the strategy game coming into play. What do the Vulcans do here down the stretch? I assume after this timeout you're going to see a ton of full-court pressure sent Edinboro's way to try to force them into a mistake. And looks like Eli Brooks will check back into the game here for California. Alexander will make his way to the bench. Brooks now looking to play goaltender here. And Edinboro did a great job at evading the full court pressure. Radovic. It's a back up top to Kelly. He's going to let the clock run. We're now going to be under 2 minutes remaining here at the Macomb Fieldhouse. Radovic fakes the handoff, driving into the lane, off the glass and in, plus the foul. Ryan Ladovic with a chance at a three-point play and potentially can ice the game here at the line. 16 points off the bench for Ryan Ladovic. And none bigger than that one. Polak's going to pick up his second. California will find their 9th foul. And Ryan Ladovic at the line with an attempt at a three-point play. Ladovic, connects.
Wonder if that there might be the dagger to this game, essentially.
Polak, the three-pointer, no good. Evren grabs the rebound, and the Vulcans kind of running out of steam here down the stretch. Have been unable to knock down the shots, and you need the basketball because otherwise Edinboro is going to run the time off the clock. So Whitehead will pick up his 4th foul on the intentional foul, and Steve Kelly is going to make his way back to the line. 4 out of the 5 members on the court for Edinboro with 16 or more points. Kelly unable to knock down the first. You would think if you can extend it to double digits here, that would be the ball game with 1:35 remaining.
Essentially, this last shot is what matters the most, and it's good.
He's able to do so. 85-75, 1:35 remaining. Whitehead, the three-pointer, no good, and another rebound by Evren, number 14, and Edinboro is able to escape the pressure, and they're going to run all the time off the clock that they can, and the Vulcans sending double team Kelly's way, but Kelly able to evade the pressure. Berger back out to Ladovic. No rush to take a shot here. Nice behind the back crossover. Kelly, 5 on the shot clock. Radovic, the deep 3 off the mark, no good. And a foul on the floor. They're going to say a foul, I believe, against Cam Polak.
It's going to be against Buchanan.
Right, Buchanan will pick up his first. A bit unfortunate as that was right at the end of the shot clock. I was going to send Evren back to the line as Edinboro now in the double bonus, and Evren first free throw miss of the afternoon was a perfect 8 for 8 before that. A second chance for Evren at the line is good. 11-point game with 55.8 seconds remaining. Baez is going to check out of the game. Wilcott will come back in. California living on hopes and prayers here. It's going to be very difficult for him, but you don't want to rule them out, but I think they're down to their last limbs here. Hannah, Whitehead. Hannah off the screen, the 3-ball off the mark, no good. Buchanan offensive rebound goes up with it off the glass and in. And California is going to take a timeout, down to a 9-point game with 42.8 seconds left. We're at the point, again, where you're going to see some strategy looking to play in. 3 substitutions will check in for California. Brooks, DeShields, and Moy will all come back in for the Vulcans.
With 42 seconds left, I don't want to say that this game looks very bleak, but it does not look great.
Yeah, you're going to rely on a ton of Edinboro mistakes, and you have to capitalize on them. And California this second half have just not done enough. 46% from the line, 36% from 3. But the real difference is Edinboro in this game, 20 free throws made, 25 attempts. California, only 4 free throws taken and made the entire game. And that's the lead right there. It's a 16-point discrepancy in the free throws made. 20 for Edinboro, 4 for California. And it's a 10-point game if California is unable to get into the paint to get these free throws. And
just shows that Edinboro's been playing rather clean defense the entire game.
And a foul called on the floor. Moy is going to pick up the foul, but Edinboro were able to take about 3 seconds off the clock. We're playing the foul game now as Brooks is going to pick up his 3rd. And that's going to send Ryan Ladovich to the line to shoot a pair. 16 points for Ladovich. He's able to knock down the first. Whitehead, Alexander, and Hannah all check back in. They all came out because they were all on 4 fouls. He wanted to send someone in there to take a quick foul. Ladovich, the second free throw attempt is good. We're back to an 11-point cushion. 88-77. Alexander finds Polak. The three-pointer is good from Cam Polak. And California is going to take their final timeout, 88-80, with 33 seconds remaining. And again, you don't want to count them out of it, but it's going to be very difficult.
This is about one of those where it's like you see win percentage. It's like Edinboro 95, Cal 5, but again,
90, I would say 99.
99 to 1. But listen, crazier things have happened. I've seen crazy basketball games in time of just watching NBA, college, doesn't matter. I've seen crazy things happen. Do I think it's possible? As we said, there is a very, 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 very small chance. But at the moment right now, it doesn't look the prettiest for California.
Yeah, you can think of some of the great all-time moments. And like you said, in college and NBA, I think Tracy McGrady was 13 points in 33 seconds he was able to score.
That's one of the main things that comes to mind when you think about it.
I think Reggie Miller scored like 8 points in 5 seconds or something. It was ridiculous, but California is going to have to hope for one of those miracles to pull this one off. 33 seconds even on the clock. Brooks, Polak, DeShields, Buchanan, and Moy on the court for the Vulcans. Able to get it into Kelly, and Brooks is able to pick up the foul, and another 2.5 seconds taken off the clock. And Steve Kelly is going to make his way back to the line. He's had a phenomenal game, 19 points, 7 for 17 from the field, 3 for 4 from the line. He's able to knock down the first. Hannah, Alexander, and Whitehead will all check back into the game for the Vulcans. Nine-point lead for the Fighting Scots. Can make it an even 10. Kelly misses it. Hannah quickly up to Whitehead. Whitehead into the lane. Off the glass, no good, but Whitehead is fouled. 23.4 seconds remaining, but there was a ton of time taken on the clock. That was another 4 seconds taken off. It's going to be very difficult for California to continue. The clock continues to chunk away here. Whitehead at the line for a pair. And it's been a struggling second half for Donald Whitehead Jr. 6 for 18 from the field in the game. 3 for 3 from the line. He's able to knock down the first. Brooks and DeShields will check back in. Moy looking to check in for Whitehead after the free throw attempt. 20 points now for the Don. Second free throw attempt from Whitehead is up and good. He's going to substitute out. Moy back in. 23.4 seconds remaining. Can California force a turnover here? Buchanan's going to pick up the foul. Another 2 seconds taken off the clock. Steve Kelly is going to take the long walk over back to the free throw line. California unable to force the turnover. That's really what they need. They don't want to be playing the foul baiting game just because you need to make up ground, and California really hasn't been able to do that, but Kelly misses the first. Whitehead, Hannah, and Alexander all back in. Kelly with the second attempt. Is up and in. Wilcott will check out of the game. Berger to the bench. 22.1 seconds left. Whitehead across the timeline. Pull up. 3-ball from Whitehead is good.
That was just clean.
A clean 3. Down to 5 now. 16.8 seconds left. And Edinboro is going to take a timeout of their own to talk things over with 16.8 seconds remaining. California still in the rearview mirror. Not going away quite yet, but again, they still have a mountain to climb. They need to force a turnover here from Edinboro. That's 21 points now for Whitehead. California with a hope.
A hope, a dream, and a prayer.
There's still light at the end of the tunnel here for the Vulcans. Radovich to inbound, can run the baseline here. The Vulcans looking to force something, and a foul called as Moy or Brooks got a piece of him, but Kelly threw that one straight into the shield, so a bit of an untimely foul. That'll go against Duncan Moy. 3 more seconds taken off the clock. Kelly back at the line. Split the pair last time. 5 for 8 from the free throw line. Makes it at least a 2-basket game here, or already was, but now extends it even further. 6-point game, 91-85. Whitehead, Alexander, and Hannah all back in. Kelly for the pair. Makes them both. 7-point lead now for Edinboro with 14.1 seconds left. I think those were the crucial free throws that could potentially ice the game. Alexander to inbound for the Vulcans. Is able to get it to Whitehead. Whitehead across the timeline, just chucks it up, no good. And that's going to be the end of it. California throwing one final foul. Caden Hannah's going to foul out. Bit of a rush shot, but the Vulcans needed to get one off quickly. Whitehead unable to connect. Caden Hannah picks up his 5th. It's going to end up being an Edinboro victory here at the Macomb Fieldhouse. So there's 6.1 seconds left. Edinboro up by 7. No way California can come back in time. So a big win for the Fighting Scots as they were trying to recover from that win or that loss to Seton Hill during the week and have a chance to climb up the PSAC ladder here.
It's just a great game by both teams. Unfortunately, California is falling short a little bit. Going to eventually have to take that loss going back home, trying to shake it off and get ready and face IUP as the second back-to-back big game in the PSAC West.
Kelly misses the free throw but grabs his own rebound, and what a perfect fitting way to end this game. Edinboro gets a big win here at the Macomb Fieldhouse. Your final score, Edinboro 93, California 85. From everyone here at CUTV, from our producer, Gary Smith, from my broadcast partner, Hunter Garman, my name is Jonathan Sabe. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you all on Wednesday as California takes on IUP at the Convocation Center right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network. And as always, good night, California.